Syria. So I'm sure many folks can get on board, no matter what side of the aisle you are, on that regard too.
This is something that I know we've kind of moved into something else with that, but real quick here, because I remember it was a couple weeks ago, I guess, I had an argument on the air with Jay during Night Talk about that exact thing.
Yes.
And I was saying that we need to fix the problems here and stop the ISIS terrorists here instead of going over there. Why is it that, when Syria happened, when the chemical attack in Syria happened, nobody, and that's including the military, was saying, everybody was saying, hey, we just armed these people, we just gave them weapons, why do you want me to go to the same country that we just helped and start fighting the same people that we just gave weapons to? So everybody asked that question, didn't want to go to war. But now that all of a sudden these HD videos of these guys getting beheaded, now all of a sudden, everybody seems to want to go to war. And to me, I have never seen a more high-definition video than these jerk-offs in ISIS have. I mean, even frickin' The Daily Show doesn't have as good recording types or as good a camera as, you know what I mean?
I hear you. I know what you're saying. Yeah.
But then again, we are talking about Jon Stewart, and if you really want to see his ugly mug, go meet him, you know what I'm saying? Go to New York. Don't mess around. ISIS just seems to have a better recording capability than, Comedy Central. I think that's pretty fucked up. But
that is messed up.
A lot of people believe it.
100% on that, man.
Of course, do you feel like that's a hype up by the media? Do you think that somebody's playing with our balls a little bit?
Yeah, it's.
Go ahead and get your true feelings out. Come on, we're friends here. What the hell?
It's a tough situation, man. But I agree with you. I think we could wipe them all out of Syria. We could wipe them out of Iraq, where they're in there. But that's not gonna stop. Unfortunately, they've got people all around the world, and as we've seen too often lately, these lone wolf syndrome, they're calling it. Where these these acts performed by just one person randomly, which apparently is what happened up in Canada. I was reading that they say now that terror attack was driven by ideology of the person that committed that act, as well as the act we had committed here in the United States last week or two. We talked about that as well, and we got to tighten it up here in the United States, man. There ain't no doubt about it. We got to definitely tighten it up here.
Well, if not just the instead of just making people stop coming across the border, if you're not going to do that, at least check them out physically and then ask them questions like they used to back in Ellis Island. I just don't understand why we're just busing and planing, people from all over the world, just because they're coming through Mexico. I don't understand that. I mean, when you come back in the U.S. from Canada, they check your car out, they check your butthole out, they make sure you don't have a cough. You know what I mean? It's an extensive, even if you do have your papers, it's not just an easy drive up and go thing. So at this point, to me, and I say that a lot, just the pumpkin face here, I have to say that why aren't we doing things like we used to? Why has everything just gone to complete haywire, mass bullshit? And I'm tired of hearing this lone wolf thing. You know how I roll. I do a lot of lone wolf stuff, especially on Spreaker. But that doesn't mean that I'm a terrorist. And I feel like they're pointing at me when they're saying that kind of junk, because I'm about Constitution. I'm about freedom. I'm about liberty. And they're calling me a terrorist. Basically, I feel that way.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, man.
I'm totally off topic here, but
it's it was interesting. I was reading. I'm rereading George Orwell's novel 1984, which predicted a lot of the things that are happening, today in our country. It was the Big Brother.
I don't think it's a prediction. I think it's a damn manual. I think they're using it as a manual so that, because the police state that we have today, believe it or not, is pushing hard. And they're using the Ebola crisis, the terrorist crisis, to make it to where you don't even want to leave your damn home anymore, because you're afraid of either the police or the terrorist. It's like we're living in a war zone. And I'll tell you this, once the bullets start flying, that's when people will start leaving their homes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've seen it in Ferguson. Even their senator You know, their state representative got arrested with a handgun. You know what I mean? Oops.
Yeah. Whoops. I hear you there.
So,
He said in this book of his, to quote, threats to freedom of speech, writing, and action, though often trivial in isolation, are cumulative in their effect, and unless checked, lead to general disrespect for the rights of the citizens. And every day we seem to be facing some new form of censorship, or a new method of forcing people into self-censorship, and people shrug it off because right now it only relates to a small minority, maybe. But by the time people wake up and realize and express their disapproval, it might be too late. He also said, if you want a picture of the future, imagine a boot stamping on a human face forever. Okay.
wow.
That book was written in the 1930s. I think it was 1939. That book was written, and it's so prophetic of things that are happening today, man. It's like eerie.
It's like looking in the mirror.
This guy was, man.
Yeah, it is kind of. Well, I mean, just to speak about, if you haven't read 1984 by George Orwell, or is right, George Orwell.
Yes, indeed.
You need to go out and pick yourself up a copy and go ahead and read it. And if that doesn't wake you the fuck up, maybe we will. But most people that are listening in are already like-minded. Also, good stuff over on informedplanet.org. It's kind of like Facebook, but to tell you what, Informed Planet has a lot of great articles that I looked up yesterday and that I was researching on, and it's given me a lot because they're using a lot of actual websites that mean something, I guess. But I got another article here that goes along with what you're talking about. In a surprise move on Friday, a key Democrat on the Federal Election Commission called for burdensome new rules on the internet-based campaigning, prompting the Republican chairman to warn the Democrats that want to regulate online political sites and even news media like, quote-unquote, the Drudge Report. So, there it is right there. They're already regulating the press, which is under the first. That's free speech. So, here we go. They're talking about it very heavily about regulating the internet. What do you think that they should do about the internet?
I think they should keep their damn hands off it, man.
It's almost the same exact rule in my eyes as, when you get on a plane. Keep your hands off my privates. What the hell?
That's it, man.
That's it. If I wanted a finger in my bunghole, I would have went to the titty club like every other man. Pay $20. But no. We've got to search that orifice before you get on this plane, sir. You've been picked for random screening. And, they're not just doing it to, minorities or Arabic people anymore. They're doing it to American citizens in a nonstop basis.
And they can get away with it.
Yeah.
They're getting away with it.
Yeah, I know. At least you don't have to tip them at the end, you know what I'm
saying? Mr. Preacher, come and step behind the curtain over here, please. Like to
what are you doing with that glove there?
Like,
that rubber
like
glove?
to interview you. Yes, please lean over and grab your ankles, please.
Wait a minute. You can't just do that. You can't stick that in there. What is that?
Well, it says right here in our agreement, in our in the Patriot Act, that we are allowed to do whatever the hell we want in the name of security.
It's the NDAA now. It's the NDAA, but you don't have to stick that. What kind of machine is that? Is that for finding stuff way up your butt?
Yeah, this is a special probe we've developed, because people do hide stuff in certain areas that prior to this machine were inaccessible. So this is new technology that we're using, and it's you paid for it, your government. So you paid for this new technology.
Let me tell you, it may detect. There may be a detection of a hidden object up my anus. Yes, it's called a massive gassive. You're gonna want to go ahead and break out the gas masks. It's gonna fog the windows in this bad boy if you use that thing. I'm just telling you. Oh man, we're getting a little Irished up here in the morning. Glad everybody could be joining us today.
Yes, indeed. It's Monday morning, man. Damn. Hey, I got to say hello to Danny Phantom checking in the chat room up there in New Jersey. Danny, how you doing, buddy?
Ah, yes, lovely New Jersey. What's up, Danny Phantom? We know all about the Care Bear genocide grounds over there in New Jersey.
But A lot of craziness going on, man. You following all this Ebola news too?
See,
They're scrambling, huh?
They won't stop. It's almost like Ebola is the new ISIS. I don't know.
Yeah, I hear you.
And you know, I've been hearing whispers too. I don't know if you know anything about this, but I've been hearing whispers about how Ebola is a media hype. That, you know, I'm not saying that they're saying it's fake, but it's been hyped up by the media by like 110 times that it's the normal amount, because we're trying to lower prices for the oil reserves that are still in Africa. And that sounds pretty close on the money, you know? I haven't done very much research.
Within the realm of possibility. I'm not ruling anything out, man. You gotta be, you know, unfortunately, you know.
Well, I mean, even the Queen said it at the beginning of the show here, and I didn't read it, you know, but she said that there was a 5-year-old with Ebola-like symptoms admitted to the hospital in New York. And I have to ask, do you know what Ebola-like symptoms are?
It says it starts with a fever. So this young boy had a fever, I guess, and that's one of the telltale signs, I guess, that it might be coming on.
Come on, man!
Every time
I pull up a porno site, I get a fever. What the hell?
Well, you're gonna have to go into isolation, and we're gonna
for 21 days. Come on.
But it's pretty nasty. It's pretty nasty. But you know, who knows how much it's being hyped up. And
well, what's the second symptom though? I mean, I got to know when I should probably isolate myself, stop having sex with strangers, huh?
That might be a good call. Yeah, that might be a good call. That's a good question. I don't know.
Because I know bleeding from the eyes or the orifices is one thing, because your mucous membrane breaks down, your blood barrier or whatever, and your veins start breaking apart. That's what Ebola does, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But if you get to the
you get, and then after you get the temperature, you get the nausea and vomiting, diarrhea, which may contain blood. Red eyes, like you were saying, raised rash, chest pain and coughs, stomach pain, severe weight loss and bleeding, usually from the eyes, and bruising near the various orifices.
This sounds like a night at the port, man. I don't know what the hell this is.
Like how many people can? Oh, I got this, I got that. Yeah, okay, yeah.
You know, you're talking about nausea and diarrhea. Man, that's you know, cocaine right there. And then, you know, the rash. You're getting that off of a hooker somewhere down at the corner. I don't know. This Ebola stuff is just starting to sound like a late Friday night, you know, that's gone awry.
Yeah, no kidding. I hear you.
Keep going. I'm sorry to interrupt you there, but it does sound like a fun-filled night painting the town red, doesn't it?
Yeah, you got that right. But so those are the signs. It's you know, and it's you know, headaches, severe headaches, again, weakness, muscle pain, diarrhea, vomiting, abdominal pain. There's, you know, you can go to cdc.gov and it lists all the different symptoms, and they may appear anywhere from 2 to 21 days after exposure to Ebola, but the average is about 8 to 10 days. So they're going to keep a close eye, I guess, on this young person here. Says people, let me see, recovery from Ebola depends on good supportive clinical care and the patient's immune response. People who recover from Ebola infection develop antibodies that last for at least 10 years. So I guess you...
Wait. So you're saying that if you have Ebola, that you can develop an antigen in your body against it?
Well, people that recover, depending on your immune system and the care that you receive, if you recover from it, there's an infection that the infection develops antibodies within your body that will protect you, I guess, for up to 10 years.
Interesting.
Very interesting. Let me see here. Transmission. Let's read about how it's transmitted.
I mean, is this how you get popular now, is by getting Ebola?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
That could be my 15 minutes of fame right there, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know if this strain was cross-species, you know. I am a pumpkin, so it's kind of hard to get human diseases, as it were. But no, go ahead. What were you saying?
So Ebola is not spread through the air or by water or in general by food. It's usually through direct contact through broken skin and mucous membranes, like in the eye.